Today is the day that we find out which division we'll be playing in next season. We've had a successful season with Mallorca, not perhaps as successful as we might have liked, not perhaps as successful as the board might have liked, but it's been an enjoyable first year in Spanish football, and we have the opportunity to play at a higher level next season, provided we can see off the double threat of a two-legged Alcorcon playoff final. Of course, playoff final means the suit is on, but in unfamiliar territory that we're not used to in England, the playoff final is over two legs. Not one leg at a neutral ground, one at home, one away. So I don't know what to expect here. This is completely new for me. We are pretty much at full strength with the first team players that were rotated out for the second leg in the semi-finals back in. You can see we've had some remarkable growth this season. Kufre's up to 80 at left back now, so we really kind of need to get promoted if we can to ensure that we're able to hold on to players like that, because they're going to be getting to the point where they're too good for the level that we're currently playing at. We've played Alcorcon twice so far this season in the league, of course. One was a 2-0 win in a simulated game, as you can see there, and I believe the other one was a played game earlier on in the season that we were also victorious in by 3-0 away from home. So we have previous against Alcorcon, and we have certainly been the better side against them on 2 occasions. But it was the opposite of that fact against Leganés. Sorry, not Levante. Hopefully we'll be playing Levante next season. It was the opposite of that against Leganés, and we came out to be the victor. So the side that had the worst recent history won, which would indicate that Alcorcon would be the side that would beat us here. But we hope to change that. We hope to break the trend and get ourselves up to La Liga at the first time of asking. Don't skip ahead to the end of the video. Let me know what your prediction is in the comment section down below. Let me know a first leg score, a second leg score, and then in brackets, an aggregate score for what you think this tie is going to offer. I'm going to say a 3-1 home leg win, a 1-1 away leg draw, and a 4-2 aggregate win for Mallorca. I hope. Anyway, do of course drop the video a like to make sure you don't miss out. Oh no, drop the video a like to show your support for the series, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future episodes. Of course, episode 1 of season 2 will be with you tomorrow. And we've an interesting update for Season 2 as well with regards to the release clause situation, so stay tuned for that. Before we jump into the game though, I do want to say thank you to Sam for joining the Patreon, especially at the VIP tier. Thank you very much indeed for that, my man. Been added to the Discord, you've got your VIP badge in Twitch chat. We've already renamed a player after you in the Football Manager save, so thank you very much for your continued support. Everybody that's on the Patreon and everybody here that's continuing to enjoy this Mallorca save. Hopefully we can enjoy this final episode of Season 1. I'm going to jump in with that starting lineup and hopefully get that 3-1 home leg final victory that we're after. Wish me luck. Vamos, Mallorca. For leg 1, Alcorcon lineup with Jesus Ruiz in goal. They're playing a 4-2-3-1 that's very similar to ours. So we might cancel each other out with the formation. It depends who's more forward-thinking, basically. If they push for an away goal, because I believe away goals do count in this plus. Unlike my guesstimates yesterday, I've had a look on Wikipedia, and supposedly away goals do count in these Spanish playoffs. But it's really odd with the way that it works. And in fact, let me get the little blurb up and I will put it on screen for you because it is really odd. So the Wikipedia page actually only mentions the semi-finals. I'll put the blurb up on screen for you now. You can see here it says the regulations are the same as the previous season, in which the semi-finals, the 5th place team faces the 4th, the 6th place team faces the 3rd, etc. Each tie played over 2 legs, with the lower side hosting the first leg and then the higher position side facing or being at home for the second leg. The team that scores more goals on aggregate advances. That was the case for our 2 legs against Leganés. If the aggregate score is level, then the away goals rule is applied, which is as you would imagine it would be in a regular knockout tournament scenario. If it's still equal after 180 minutes and it's still level on away goals, so say it's been a 1-1 draw at home and a 1-1 draw away, then extra time is played. Then the away goal rule is applied again at the end of extra time. So 1-1 first leg, 1-1 second leg, and then it's slightly unfair because the away side in that second leg then has another 30 minutes to score an advantageous away goal. So say it's 1-1 at home, 1-1 away, and then another goal each is scored in extra time. So it's 3-3 on aggregate. The away side will have had extra time, no pun intended, to score an away goal. But if it's still tied on away goals, there is no penalties. If it's 1-1 first leg, 1-1 second leg, 0-0 extra time, so stays 2-2, there is no penalties. The winner is the side that finished highest in the league table. No penalties in the playoffs. Now, on the blurb here, it does only talk about the semi-finals. And there's no mention of the final. So one would imagine that the same rule applies to the final itself. But I haven't been able to find definitively kind of noting of that being the case. I can only go off the regulations for the semi-finals, so you would imagine that that would then reflect itself in the final as well. So we could draw 1-1 at home, then 1-1 away. Of course, we were the higher placed team in the regular season, so that's why we're at home for this first leg and away for the second leg. Then if we score an away goal again in extra time in the second leg, and it's still a draw on aggregate, then we get promoted on away goals. If it's still a draw on aggregate after extra time in a second leg and still no away goal advantage, then we'll get promoted because we finished higher in the actual proper table than Alcorcon. It's a peculiar one. It's definitely something that we're not familiar with in England, but if it works in Spain, it works in Spain. If it works for them, it works for them, and if it works for them and it works for us, then it'll work for me too. But I obviously would rather avoid some extra drama, and if we could just get this done and dusted in the course of a regular two-leg tie, then that would be superb. You can see how many men behind the ball Alcorcon are lining up with here to try and deny us any away goal. They've backed off Sanchez a little bit and haven't closed him down. My first shot of the game is blocked. It's a very strange one here in Spain. And of course, managing in a different division, in a different nation, always offers up curveballs that you don't expect from what you're familiar with in your own domestic competitions. And this is a prime example of that. I hope that these different rulings work in our favour if they are to work in anyone's favour, or we can just get it done in a fashion that we are familiar with from normal two-legged affairs in knockout tournaments like the Champions League and the Europa League or the World Cup, etc. Although obviously the World Cup, thinking about it, doesn't have two legs at any point, does it? So maybe the World Cup playoffs, perhaps. It's such a strange scenario, and I'm not sure, because of that, how to approach the two-legged affair, other than just to go all guns blazing in the home leg, try and get yourself an advantage, and then hold on to it for the rest of the... for the rest of the tie. Ismail Casas, our young, probably lowest-rated player, joint lowest-rated player at 72, very nearly scores a worldy left-footed whipper to give us a 1-0 lead after 20 minutes. Now he's going to have to go all defensive on us and sprint across here to Arribas, who may well give Alcorcon the opportunity to take a 1-0 and away goal lead in this playoff final first leg. Boateng spins on the defender there. Escobar is getting tackled by Andrade, and we've come away with the ball again. Just not that short there, but that's poor by Cardona, and it is end-to-end in this first leg, first half. Scooped, and Boateng gets there, but Vegas with a lovely, brilliant reaction save to deny Alcorcon that away goal. Oh God, this is tense because we are desperate to play in La Liga next year. Some of our players are getting on above the level that we'd be playing at if we find ourselves still at this level next season. But that is a wonderful goal. An excellent team move. And of course, it's Danny Rodriguez that's on the end of the move, tucking it home. Our best goal scorer this year, our captain, leading by example once again. Mallorca 1, Alcorcón 0. But there's a long way to go. Noboa to Boateng to Barbero. It was, of course, a very strong first leg result that saw us get ourselves to this playoff final double header against Alcorcón with a really strong 4-0 first leg showing against Leganés. I was particularly impressed by that and particularly surprised by it too, to be fair. Obviously, those 4 away goals would have been absolutely vital should we have needed them in that tie. Sanchez has a second shot of the first half for him blocked there. Diego was trying to draw the foul perhaps and look for a penalty there. Cardona, bit of space for the shot, but he can't find the target with it. I'm still unsure as to whether to try and sign Cardona next season. I think if we can definitely get it done for free, it's a bit of a no-brainer. Because even at the end, even if we end up selling him 6 months down the line, if he isn't good enough to either get us back towards a promotion spot if we lose this overall playoff, or to keep us in La Liga next season if we do get promoted, then we can just sell him on and replace him with somebody else. He's been a key goal scorer for us this season. This is going to be an equaliser, isn't it? It is. It's really well worked by Alcorcón. Just as we built a brilliant move, they've done the same. We're level on aggregate, but crucially, there's that away goal for Alcorcón. Really action-packed first half there. Almost 10 chances in the tie already, and we're only a quarter of the way through it. Seemingly both sides wanting to go head-to-head and not sitting back and resting on their laurels and trying to eke out perhaps a draw in this first leg to see what happens in almost what would be then a straight shootout second leg, barring the away goals rule. But both sides here wanting to get a first leg advantage. Ourselves, being at home, you will always want to win your home games if you can. And Alcorcón wanting to get the better of those away goals to ensure that they have something to sit on and defend in that second leg. Juanma Bravo trying to get past my midfield and holds off the attentions of Febas well. Here's Noboa. Good footwork from him to work the opportunity to dip one way and then the other. Boateng again. Nice tackle by Sanchez and Febas wins it back. Finds Danny Rodriguez. Sanchez is there. Forward to Cardona on the counter. He's on his way out on the left-hand side, but we're actually going to drift right here. Febas will use Cardona, and I need Danny Rodriguez from deep. He's not arriving yet. It's Sanchez. Sanchez will go for it this time. A slight deflection rather than an all-out block from Jose Carlos. And the opportunity from the corner to perhaps get a second goal for us here in this side. Looking for a near-post header. We find one. It's just not one of our guys that's underneath it. Russo. Danny Rodriguez out of his feet. He has swept goals home from there this season, but not this time. Forward to Mark Cardona. To Rodriguez. Sanchez. Cardona, you see him arriving. Febas not easily found. Pass picked off by an Alcorcón defender, and here's Arribas down the left-hand side. With numbers in the way of support, and that's an excellent through ball. Arribas scored their first goal. Trying to deny him the opportunity to score a second. Here's Boateng again. It's been key to their attacking play as well. Showing great strength there to hold off all of the attentions from defenders. Escobar has support here. That's a foul. Tried to sweep the ball away with Febas and wasn't able to do it. Now Lionel Messi punished us from similar range earlier in the season in the Copa del Rey. Fraile will take it. Gualas has come on for Barbero for them. Is it to be another conceded free kick? In a similar position, it is indeed. Alcorcón have a 2-1 aggregate lead and 2 away goals. Another free kick from the edge of the box may well punish us. Excellently taken by Hugo Fraile. And no keeper stopping that. Koke Vegas just kind of shrugs his shoulders and says, there is nothing I can do against a free kick of that quality. We trail in the first leg. We trail on aggregate. We trail by away goals. And we can't get flustered and start gifting possession away like that. Otherwise, we'll end up trailing by more before the end of this game. 20 to go. Not everybody has stepped up to the plate in this fixture. And you can tell by the scoreline that it's having an effect on our overall performance. Pudge does have the opportunity and the potential to be able to change things for us. Kelechi could get that back through to Boateng. Here's Mark Gual. Space has opened up for him. And if it weren't for Ismail Casas, they'd potentially have gotten themselves a third. And that would really have put us up against the wall for that second leg. Boateng out to Hugo Frail again. They've been the better side here, Alcacon. And that I cannot deny. We mentioned in the build-up that it was the side that had the poorer results in the regular league that ran out the stronger in the playoff semi-finals. And it's a similar case here in the final itself. Alcacon lead by 3-1 with a top finish into the top corner. And now we really are properly up against it. 3 away goals is not easy at all to try and overcome. 3 goals on their own wouldn't be easy enough to overcome, let alone 3 away goals. This second leg that's coming up in a few minutes' time is going to be huge for us. My confidence is waning. But if we can somehow get the ball back and work an opportunity to make it 3-2 on the night, then we may still stand a chance. But there could yet be more for Alcacon in this tie. Noboa, it's been all them in this second half. This is brilliant football. Arribas, good block by Russo. Right, second counter-attack opportunity. Cardona, make me a run, please. You need to make me run. I'm going to play that long so that we can use Ndiaye's pace to get to it. It has to be now. It needs to be now. Ndiaye has support arriving from Sanchez. Cardona is there. Dodgy touch. Lago Jr. off the bench. Blocked away. It'll be a 3-1 defeat in the first leg at home. We now have to travel away and overcome a 3-1 away goal advantage for Alcacon. A very even game. Possession, not much in it. Chances created, nothing in it. The scoreline, a lot in it. It doesn't look good as we stand right now, but we could do with a ChesnoidGaming turnaround of sorts. We'll see what we can do. Join me in that second leg. Alcacon lineup looking very familiar indeed to that first leg. Boateng was so good at the Visit Mallorca Estadi that he is going to be the key man for them in that cam role again. We are unchanged from the first leg. I didn't feel the need to swap things around, but this is tough. And we need 3. A 2-0 win here would see Alcacon progress on away goals. I need 3 goals in this second leg. Minimum 3 goals in this second leg. Sanchez forward looking for Cardona, and the first attack fails to do anything as it's a waylaid, misplaced pass. And now here come Alcacon again. We're pretty in pink on this occasion, and my God, do I hope the result is pretty for us as well, because right now we are in an ugly situation. Fabas to Sanchez. Defenders tuck narrow, and Ndiaye is in. Garcia, very quick though, and able to close that gap. Sanchez, Danny Rodriguez, Cardona. Through that gap is Fabas! A dream start! No hanging about. Go and pick that ball up. 1-0 on the night. Pick the ball up! Okay. 1-0 on the night. 3-2 down still on aggregate, but an early goal sets us up beautifully. Is it to be a ChesnoidGaming? Physical challenge from Sanchez there. There was no way he wasn't winning that ball back. Jordi Mbula, very quiet first leg for him. Quiet first leg for Mark Cardona as well, who did have a couple of chances but just didn't take them very well. Fabas, the key so far for us in this second leg, but they did just drive down and close him up there, and I wasn't able to get a clean shot away. And Boateng again trying to dictate play in that central attacking midfielder area. Noboa over the top here looking for Garcia. Back to Ernesto. And Boateng again. He's managed to work his way into the box, and he's knocked the defender off balance. Noboa, good block by Russo. We did that plenty of times in the first leg as well. Many a blocked shot at both ends in that first 90 minutes. Either side could have scored more than they did. Oh, Cardona has to be better in the pass there. No excuse for not finding his teammate there. The avenue is open for the pass, and he's not made it. Ismail Casas doing enough so far at right back for us. If only that worldie had gone in at the beginning of the last game. Sanchez forward to Ndiaye. Can we get ourselves the 2 goals to get it back on level on aggregate in this first half? Cardona is there out at his feet. Support here from Kufre. Looking for the man at the back post who could find himself free. But Belvis with the header steers it away from the man there. And we will not get ourselves the equalising aggregate goal. That's away, but only as far as Mbula. That's sat up nicely. But also set up nicely for our hacked clearance. And Ernesto may even get himself underneath this. And then we could make something of it. Sanchez does enough. Amatieju forward to Cardona. Out of his feet, into his stride. Oh, turns well, but not well enough. Danny Rodriguez with some lovely footwork there, though. And we'll look for Cardona again. I need some runners. I've got some. Mbula itching to get in behind. Mbula across goal. Mbula for 2! 35 minutes played. It's 3-3 on aggregate, but we need more. 3-3. But away goals. Still in Alcucon's favour. It's not over yet. I need more. Question is, can we do it? The answer we hope is si se puede. Over the top, but it's loose. Ah, so is Kufre's header. Garcia to Boateng. Garcia again. Ernesto. Nicely done. Still full of confidence here, Alcucon. Despite the start that has played out in this first half of this second leg. Juanma Bravo does get the pass away, but Russo intercepts, driving forward from centre-back Harry Maguire-esque to get it away from the danger area. Mark Cardona will lift this for Mbula. He did nothing in the first leg, but he scored a great goal here in the second. He's going to have to try and turn and find a teammate, which he does. Cardona turns on it. Support is here from Sanchez. And there's... Oh, I think he's offside there, Fabas. He is. We cannot celebrate that goal. We've scored the third that would see us lead on aggregate, but it won't count. Offside and not even marginal. Definitely, easily, obviously the wrong side of the defensive line. That will be all she wrote for the first half. We are 3/4 of the way through, and there is nothing between the two sides, apart from away goals. Into Danny Rodriguez, caught in possession. Barbero across to Boateng, having to draw a centre-back out here to close down. Arribas, score of their first in the first leg. Kick-started that excellent second half for them. And if they do the same again, we'll be in trouble. We've had just as good a first half here as they had second half in the other tie. If they score, doesn't actually change anything. It just means that we can go to extra time. Because as things stand, we cannot. Nice tackle, but it falls to Garcia. Arribas hits the post and slams it home at the second attempt. It is 4-3 to Alcucon on aggregate. It is 2-1 on the night. And we could go to extra time. Away goals will only count now if we score 4. Because if we score another and bring it level on aggregate, it'll be level on away goals. Away goals can now only work in our favour. Which is odd considering that Alcucon have scored the goal. But away goals can now only work in our favour. But, whilst it remains 4-3 on aggregate, away goals don't mean anything because we're trailing on aggregate and away goals won't even be part of the equation. Mbula into Cardona to Rodriguez. Ndiaye, Cardona caught in possession and a good tackle. Worked inside nicely to Barbero. And here's Boateng. And space for Naboa, good block. Don't let it fall back to him. Clear it away, lads. Come on. Oh, come on, please. Danny Rodriguez, be my saviour again, my guy. I need you desperately. Diegu looking for Danny Rodriguez. Gets it under control. Finds Cardona. He's gone again, Danny Rodriguez. He's in the box. He gets tackled. Diegu will recover and find Danny again. Sanchez to Fabas. Fabas. Mbula. Mbula. Goal! Was he onside? He was! 4-4! With 22 minutes to go, we are level on aggregate again. Now we are in the scenario where we can go to extra time. And now we know that any goal we score further from here means Alcacon will need 2 from that point. If we score 1 more, they need 2 more because of the away goal rule. Despite losing and conceding the first leg by 3 goals to 1, the away goal rule will now work in our favour if we score again. It turns out having 2 legs for a playoff final is even more dramatic than just a one-off game. 3-1 the first leg score, 3-1 the second leg score, 4-4 the aggregate score, 20 minutes to go. Alcacon on the attack. Noboa tackled. Andrade. Oh, God. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Players coming forward in support. Fabas has to turn away from the closing defender. And Mbula could play through Cardona. He's had barely anything to do. Oh, in the 2 legs so far, and it's gotten away from him there when the teammate was pushing forward in support. I'm going to make changes. I have to make changes. Fabas again, full push. That will be the one change. I don't think I'm going to make any others as of yet, but I may push Danny Rodriguez up top and bring in... In fact, I'm going to push Danny Rodriguez up top and bring Insua on. Cardona's been quiet, to say the least, in these 2 legs, and I need, perhaps, our young future starlet to make the name for himself that we dream he can do in this save. Danny Rodriguez will lift that over the top, looking for NDI, but not finding. We wait for the changes with 11 minutes to go. The ball with a big ball, but it's a big ball that goes straight to Mallorca man, and the resulting header goes straight to an Alcacon man. Ernesto inside. Noboa sweeps it round the corner. Boateng to Barbero. Options for them here, Alcacon. Options including Arribas towards the back post. Oh, heart in mouth. Juanma Bravo heads wide from 4 yards with a goal at his mercy. Literally straddling 2 defenders to get the header away, but not able to get it on target. 6 to go now as my changes happen. Unwakali on for them as well, as they too have made alterations to try and force the winner in this tie. Noboa, Jose Carlos to Ernesto. Can't push too far up with Kufre there. 1 minute added on. It looks like extra time unless they score with this attack, which they could. Arribas played in behind. Do not foul him. Don't give them the set piece opportunity. It's a throw. It's to be extra time. Of course, provided it matches the real life rulings, which you presume it does, but it's FIFA, so you're not actually too short for a FM, it definitely would. Then there would not be penalties after extra time. If it stays as is, literally, if there are no more goals, we're promoted, not on away goals, not on an aggregate scoreline, but because we finished higher in the league table than Alcacon. I don't know how this is going to play out. My heart rate is through the roof. I imagine you're on the edge of your seat as well. I'm certainly on the edge of mine. 30 more minutes. Boateng, lovely little lifted ball into a teammate. Kalechi through the gap. Noboa scores for Alcacon. Going to get mad scenes here, even though there's still 25 minutes to go. I think this is perhaps a little bit over the top, considering the nature of the game. It's certainly not golden goal. That's not them through. So they need to calm down, because yes, they're now ahead on aggregate, but if we equalise, we hold the away goal advantage. But it is an if we equalise. But we've scored 3 so far in this fixture, and this is where, when I mentioned earlier, comes into play. Like, we're getting the advantage of having an extra 30 minutes to score an away goal, which they didn't have, because the first leg was at our place, the second leg is at their place, and it could be deemed as unfair. Although, is this... I presume it's because this is the advantage of having finished higher in the league season. Away, please. That's not away. It's wide, though. This is the advantage of having finished higher in the league season. So there is an advantage to finishing where you do in the league, even though initially we didn't think there was. Time's running out, though. They've had an injury. Cardona, not Cardona, we've taken him off. Danny Rodriguez could have won the header. Maybe I should be looking for Insua with those aerial balls, considering he's 6'5". I certainly need to be winning the ball back, that's for sure. Mark Gual into Boateng. Pushing forward from midfield. Again, been key to all of their attacking play. Belvis over the top out wide to Arribas. He's onside. Time added on is running very, very low here. Scooped up. Boateng. Kelechi. A man free. They've scored again. Now they can have those extra scenes. Plus 1 minute added on. In the 5th of those plus 1 minutes, they score again. As if it hadn't been dramatic again, or dramatic enough, a sprinkle of controversy. Scooped up to Boateng, inside, but wow, the vision to see that pass is just outrageous. Buried at the near post, and Alcacon are heavy favourites now. But if they can score 2 in a half of extra time, then we can too. 15 minutes to save our promotion. Casas. Down the line to Mbula. Good first touch. Pudge. Insua. And Diaye is out wide. And Danny Rodriguez can't turn away from the defender. And if they're able to break here and keep possession, which they haven't been able to do, then they could really cause me problems. But I need to sharpen things up. We need to speed things up. I need 2 goals. 1 isn't enough now. Diédhiou around the corner. Now would be a great time to score a goal, my guy! 8 minutes to go. We need 1 goal. Jeez Louise! 6-5 on aggregate. Insua with the assist. Now all Alcacon need to do is waste time. The aggregate advantage is still in their favour. They still have the 6-5 lead, but we've won it back through Danny Rodriguez. A loose pass from Insua. Not what we needed at all. Iliario tackled. Oh, but still keeps possession. Finds Kelechi. Tackled, but still keeps possession. Over the top, keeps. Catch it, Koke. I need to counter. Kufre. We have to do this the right way. We have to ensure that we get the ball forward quickly enough that we don't run out of time, but steady enough so that we don't find ourselves losing possession and then the tie. Danny Rodriguez. Oh, it has to be now. It has to be now. It could be. It won't be. It won't be. Alcacon promoted to La Liga. Mallorca stay in La Liga Santander. We we win 4-3 on the night, but lose 6-5 on aggregate. I've never experienced anything like that in my FIFA career mode life. I hoped Si Se Puede would carry us through. It hasn't. Alcacon will be playing at a higher level next season, and we will be still in the Segunda Liga. The board were very disappointed that we didn't win the title. They were already unhappy with us as we headed into these playoffs. I don't know. It's likely that we're still in a job, but I don't know for sure. It's the most unimpressive trophy I've ever seen. But they win. Alcacon 6-5 on aggregate. They started extra time electrically with a higher tempo than we did and just put us to the sword, and we couldn't cope with it. We fought back in the second half of extra time just as we fought back in the second leg, but it hasn't been enough. It hasn't been enough. We will drop and have a full season roundup. Oh, but we will be playing in La Liga Smart Bank again next year. What a ride. So as we're here on the 29th of June, I've checked the comment section of previous episodes. Obviously, we're 1 day from the end of the season here. The first thing I'm doing with this season finale is terminating Cardona's loan, because that is the way that we should be able to get Cardona in on a free now for next season, either at the beginning of the next season, or even if I search for him here, Cardona, Mark Cardona, back at Osasuna, is he now available to sign on a pre-contract? Or do we have to sign him at the beginning of next season? We can approach to buy, not sign him on a pre-contract. He's not available for free. His contract is not running out at the beginning of the first year, as I'd been led to believe by you guys in the comment section. Unfortunately, it's not going to work in our favour. Cardona is not available for free. He will not join us unless we buy him next year. So we are, as things stand, strikerless for the new season. Well, that changes things for the summer transfer window, doesn't it? Let's have a usual, traditional, familiar season roundup then. We finished 4th in the La Liga, I was going to say La Liga Santander, La Liga Smart Bank. 2 places above eventual promotion winners Alcorcon. 12 points above eventual promotion winners Alcorcon. We will have to go for automatic promotion spots next season. Espanyol and Girona will also be playing La Liga football next year. I can't quite believe it. The Copa de España, the Copa del Rey, was won by Athletic Club. The promotion playoff final, not won by us. The UEFA Super Cup, won by Bayern over Sevilla. The Champions League, won by Barcelona over Atleti, an all Spanish Champions League final. The Europa League, won by Inter Milan. Congratulations to Antonio Conte, Lukaku and crew. A 3-2 win against Villarreal. So they will be playing Champions League football next season regardless of what happened in their league standings. Player stats. Sergi Dada from CDM scored, or actually left mid as they were playing him, for Espanyol, scores 30 goals and wins the Golden Boot by a long way from our own Dani Rodriguez on 21. Alegria on 13 further down is a player that we thought about signing. In fact, Alegria is on loan from us, I believe. A quick check. Unfortunately, I didn't think to check Cardona. He's on loan from us. I didn't think to check Cardona's goal scoring stats before I cancelled that loan. So unfortunately, we can't see, I apologise, Cardona's goal scoring stats for this season. But it's just solely Dani Rodriguez from Mallorca in the top 25. It would have been Cardona as well. On the assist charts, Fabas with 8. I dare say Cardona might have been on this list as well. Mbula with 6. Rodriguez with 5. And that's it. Clean sheet wise, Vegas with 19, very nearly getting the Golden Glove. 19 clean sheets for our goalkeeper. How did things pan out in other leagues around Europe? The other big leagues that we're interested in. In the Premier League, Liverpool win the title on goal difference by +4 over Manchester City. Wolves get Champions League football. Manchester United only 7th. Everton only 9th. Burnley, Brighton and Crystal Palace relegated to the Championship. Swansea and Watford automatically back to Premier League level. One of Sheffield Wednesday, Blackburn Rovers, Nottingham Forest and Cardiff City will be in the Premier League next season. Relegated are Wycombe, QPR and Coventry in, weirdly, League 2 first. In League 1, Portsmouth and Shrewsbury at Championship level next season. Charlton, Peterborough, Oxford and Blackpool fights it out. For spots at that level, Lincoln City, MK Dons, Wimbledon and Rochdale relegated. Chairs. League 2. Weird that League 2 comes before League 1. Salford City, Exeter and Walsall promoted. Automatically Bradford, Newport, Colchester and Crawley in the playoffs. Cambridge 9th for my own personal interest. And at the bottom, Harrogate would have been relegated along with Morecambe to the conference if, of course, that level were on FIFA. In France, Lyon win the league from PSG by 4 points. Congratulations to them. In the Bundesliga, Leipzig win the league by a point from Dortmund, by a further point from Bayern, who only finish 3rd. In Serie A, Inter from Atalanta, from Napoli, from Juventus, only 4th. None of the leagues have gone how you would have expected them to so far. AC Milan only 7th. And in La Liga, are there any shocks here as well? In the SPL, Celtic from Rangers. In La Liga, Real Madrid from Atleti, Barca a distant 3rd. Villarreal forced Sevilla, Real Sociedad Athletic Club. We will be playing next season Deportivo Alaves, Real Valladolid, and Cadiz, who come back down, or Cadiz, who come back down. 4 wins from 38, certainly not cut out for that level, are they? Whatsoever, at all. And of course, we will be in La Liga Smartbank again next year. The board are unhappy with us. Youth development was medium. We can still do that next season. We did get the 7 clean sheets in home games. Financially, we did that. Of course, the domestic success was only low expectation. So, despite not winning the title or, in fact, getting promoted in any way, you expect the board will say, we're disappointed with your performance, but we're happy for you to continue. Continental success, very low, and obviously we weren't involved continentally this year. So we have a decent transfer budget to take forward to next season. Don't pay too much interest to that £624,000 in the wage budget. It obviously won't be that high next year. It's because there's only a day to go. So, a final squad hub report then. Coque Vegas up 3. We signed him permanently this season. Morientes up 2 to 63. Reina will retire, I believe, a player for the history books, although it doesn't say anything about retiring. So maybe he'll continue. Kufre up 6 to 80. We will certainly be struggling to keep hold of him next season, you would imagine. Prada will come back from loan, as will Cornud, both growing by 3 and 2 respectively. Bravo is also up 3 to 68 and will be our joint second highest left back, potentially a first team left back if we do lose Kufre. Russo and Andrade both up 3 and 2 respectively to 72. Gonzalez at 66, up 1. Bella Kotchap to 70. Casas up 4 to 72 at right back, with Fran Games at 69 still unmoved, unchanged, and probably, certainly I think, on the transfer list for next year. NDI's loan will run out. I'm not going to try and renew that. He hasn't been spectacular for us this year. Lombardo is joining Rangers, of course, on loan when the transfer window opens in the summer. Junior will leave us to Basel for free when the transfer window opens at the end of the season. Sene will come back from Castellon and probably get sold, to be completely honest. Sevilla is retiring at the end of the season. -7 this year. Pudge showing great potential, up 3 to 66. Sanchez up 4 to 73. Fabas up 5 to 78. Another player we may find it difficult to keep hold of next season. Federico Insua, of course, that +11 is inclusive of a position change, still has potential to be special. We haven't clicked with him yet. +11 to 75. Danny Rodriguez. The dream, Danny Rodriguez. No decline in his stats, despite being 33 years of age now. Still our best player. Stoichkov will come back from his loan spell at Sabadell and join us next year. What we do with him, I'm not sure. Technically looks okay, but I don't know. Valcarce or Valsas on loan at Ponferradina will get sold next year, I would imagine. Although his physical stats aren't that bad, but he's 28, so yeah, we'll sell him. Mbula up 5 to 75. Very pleased with him this year. Prado, we've loan listed him. I had a loan bid come in, which I accepted, but he rejected the opportunity to go there. So he will stay with us for now. We will continue to look to get him on the loan list next year. Budimir on loan at Osasuna in the league above this year will come in and get sold. Unfortunately, he will not suit my style of play, but could be some decent money raised for him. Alex Alegria is 28, had a decent goal-scoring season at Zaragoza. Again, though, not going to suit my style of play, will be sold. Zlatanovic up 3 to 69. Might well suit my style of play, although technically does need some improving, but physically looks pretty good, actually. As does Diabate. It's not quite at such a high progression curve as Zlatanovic, and certainly needs more training to get himself to become a first-team regular, but the potential is there, I believe. I'd have to double-check on FIFA. I will do so between this episode and episode 1 of Season 2, where we will look at the release clause situation of a number of players. And obviously, I will go into more detail with that in the next episode. We do have a spreadsheet with a formula to help determine release clauses, etc. for these players. But that, weirdly, I saved that to the minute from the previous time I was recording on another day, which is very odd. 11:56 a.m. That's very strange. all you can say is I'm consistent with my recording at least. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. I apologise that we weren't able to get promoted, but you could see how dramatic and the playoff final was and how close we were. Just wasn't to be, but unreal. We do have, of course, the young youth prospects that we could look to try and filter in next season. Bay, 69 rated with great potential and technically coming along very nicely. I think I may well try and draft him into the first team picture. And Tiam, probably going to be more of a moneymaker here than someone that we actually use. But Bay certainly could be of some use to us in the first team squad. That is all for now. Thank you very much for your support on Season 1. I hope to see you in Season 2, which hopefully has all of the drama of Season 1, but with a promotion in there as well. Fingers are crossed, toes are crossed, arms are crossed, legs are crossed, eyes are crossed. Let's get promoted. I'll see you tomorrow.